Where do we go from here with Roman Reigns? I don't think the story's over with Cody yet. But are there other people in the mix? Are there other guys out there that you could think of off the top of your head that could be the one to beat the one? Brian, let me start with you on that. Who do you think? If it's not going to be Cody, who's the man?
Honestly, I have no idea. Like, I really don't, because my whole thought process with this was Cody winning. So now I'm like, okay, well, you didn't win. Like, I wasn't even thinking about step 2 because I just thought this was what's next for Cody.
Right.
Obviously Brock is in any conversation. I think he's always looming, and I think even if you don't want him looming, it's good to have him looming because you never know how he could upset the apple cart, kind of how he did with Cody. Nobody expected that, really. I mean, at least him to be in the mix at all, I shouldn't say nobody, but I didn't. And then when he got into it, I was like, okay, I'm kind of okay with Cody and Brock. That should be really good. And if they're trying to have Cody overcome somebody like Brock, and now he can beat Roman because he's beaten Brock, if that's where they're going with it, that's a little bit better. But as far as like who could challenge him, I mean, I would say like Gunther, but he's the Intercontinental title, right. So I don't see him making that kind of move. I think he's clearly shown that he's capable. I think he could hold the top title. I mean, he's more than capable. It's just tough to see. Like, I'm just not sure where they're going to go with this. It's just really, I'm curious.
Do you have any? I'm being silly. What do you got? You got any ideas?
So obviously, like you were saying, like we could see where Cody Rhodes endless possibilities had he won.
Yeah.
But I think again, and Triple H alluded to it, like the story's not over. So like sometimes you take those side missions, which could be Brock, which is a build up, but and I don't think so much we're going to focus on the next big competitor for Roman Reigns. I think he's going to be more into dialogue skits and pushing the whole bloodline. But I think ultimately with that is the only person, The Rock, that could come in and change that whole dynamic. Like that's what everybody wants to see, like the bloodline, feud between those two, if that ever happens. But other than that, I don't see anybody.
I got a name for you.
Uh-oh.
And this is an unresolved story. Well, I think that match could happen.
Oh, I think it could too,
right.
But it's just so. I mean, if you're going to have Edge taking the belt from Roman, I would not. I don't think that would be good.
Well, I'll give you the guy
All right.
who is actually talking a little smack on Cody before WrestleMania. How about Seth Rollins? Seth Rollins, remember the last time they met, guys? Seth won that match by DQ, and Roman was all frustrated that he couldn't beat Seth, and Seth was just absolutely torturing him. And, I think that's a possibility. By the way, I think we got Joe DeFalco on, too. So,
Hey.
Do we have Joe?
I think it's working.
There we go.
Hey, now. Unbelievable. David Lawson, I think, was sabotaging me.
Right.
What do you guys think about the possibility of getting Seth Rollins into this mix and having these guys show it down? Joe, why don't I ask you? I'll give you that to you first.
Again, it's not a fresh matchup. We've seen it 100 times. Do they have history? Absolutely. Is Seth Rollins extremely hot now? Absolutely. But,
Oh, Joe, we kind of had lost you there.
The devil came out.
Something bad.
Goodbye, Joe.
Something bad happened there, Joe.
I had nothing to do with that.
Joe, we had a bad connection there, so I do apologize. Should I try it one more time, guys?
Yeah, let's get him back in
Let's
there,
try
man.
and see what happens. Yeah, we got a bad connection there, buddy. I'm
That
sorry.
sounds like The Exorcist.
Yeah, that was yikes.
Linda Blair there.
Happy Easter. Happy Easter.
Yeah, right.
Oh, wow.
Need to get some Jesus over
Yeah,
there.
anyway, so thoughts on Seth Rollins, guys?
Oh, man. We've seen it.
Yeah.
That's the thing is, like, I'm always looking for something new. Could it happen? Yes. Is there history? Is there a story? Yes. We've seen it.
Would it be a grid match? Of course.
Right.
Exactly.
Show me something new, like something new that I want to see a different outcome to. I mean, I see your point, but show me something different. But I think a lot of these guys you talk about, LA Knight, carrying cross. I think there's some tweaking that needs to be done, and they're in that picture. But there's just a little bit tweaking. I'd be excited to see those.
I like your idea of Gunther, too. I mean, this could be a scenario like Randy Savage back in the day when he was dominating as the Intercontinental Champion. Lost to Steamboat and then just went right into the World Championship picture really quickly.
Right.
Because he lost to a credible opponent in Ricky Steamboat. I could see something like that happening with Gunther. And boy, would that be fun. Let's say the Bloodline gets the tag team titles back and send Imperium after those guys. Yikes. That would be some serious main eventage going on.
Yeah, for sure. That'd be good.
Yeah.
I think Gunther's incredible. I mean, he's just incredible. And not just, I mean, he was great even before he got in incredible shape. If you've ever seen any of the stuff he did he would do in Europe. I mean, he had a match with J.D. McDonough back when he had his old name. I forgot what his
Walter.
Jordan. No.
Oh, before Walter.
J.D. McDonough, who wrestles in NXT.
Okay, yeah.
But I can't remember it was Jordan. I can't remember what his last name was, but they had an incredible match in Ireland, which you want to see a crowd get into something with the way Walter was then against him. One of the best I've ever seen. And Gunther has that ability to bring the fans in like that. I think it would be a good match.
Tell me this from a business marketing standpoint.
We got a couple seconds.
Is that the best move?
No, in the ring it is.
Right, yeah.
Because I don't think Gunther beating Roman Reigns is not going to get you the impact you would get from Cody winning.